You know, they say that men think with their penises. Well, if that's true, then maybe women vote with their vaginas. And if that's true, maybe when they step into the voting booth on November 8th to vote for the next president of the United States of America, maybe their vaginas will convince them to vote for the man that they truly, truly, deep down desire. 80 million copies of 50 Shades of Grey sold worldwide. It used to be 50 million. The numbers have been updated. Okay? Yet I'm supposed to believe that women don't like Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the billionaire pussy grabber. Donald Trump, the man who is nearly a perfect match, point by point, of women's favorite romance novel character, Christian Grey. I mean, we could do a side-by-side comparison. Donald Trump, Christian Grey. What do they have in common? Rich, successful, fame, confident, assertive, masculine. Let's go even further. Let's talk about the Trump tapes. The Trump tapes that were supposed to decimate Trump's campaign. Let's go even further. Donald Trump. I just start kissing them immediately. When you're a star, you can do it. They let you do it. Consent, by the way. They let you do it. They want it. Grab them by the pussy. Okay? Go read 50 Shades of Grey. It's basically, it should be called 50 Shades of Trump. And by the way, if you haven't seen the exceptional video that almost every single person who watches it says, this is one of the best videos I've ever seen. It's fucking hilarious. This must go viral. This will go viral. It's called a video I did just yesterday called 50 Shades of Trump. I do a parody of the 50 Shades of Grey movie trailer and I insert Trump's face into it. And it's almost indistinguishable. I use quotes from Trump and all this shit in a hilarious video. I'll put the link to it below. But the point here is, Donald Trump is the man that women get wet between the legs for. Okay, I know that might sound, this fat old white dude, Donald Trump, no way women like that. Well, women like things. Women aren't only attracted to looks in a man. Here's a newsflash for you guys. So, my point is, we're supposed to believe that women are just abandoning Trump by the tens of thousands because of all the sexual assault allegations. You know, oh, he groped me. Oh, he touched me without explicit permission. Really? Isn't that basically what you women fantasize about in your fucking 50 Shades of Grey book? I mean, go read chapter 12 of the 50 Shades of Grey book. I never read the book, but I did study it. And there are many feminists who say that in chapter 12 of this book, which many fans of the book, female fans, cite as like the fucking one of the hottest chapters in the book, self-hating, sexually frustrated feminists are bitching on the internet because they're saying that chapter 12 is a fucking rape scene in the book. What happens? Christian Grey, Donald Trump, walks into the room where Anastasia Steele is by herself. He enters her apartment without permission. Christian Grey enters her apartment uninvited, without permission. He walks into her bedroom. She suddenly shits her pants because she sees this guy in her bedroom she did not invite. She did not ask him to come over, but here he is, okay? He sits down on the bed next to her. He starts to try to push himself sexually onto her. She's slightly resistant. And before you know it, he ties her hands to the bedpost. He pulls a rope around her arms. And the thing is that in the book, and the author did this very explicitly, she walked the fine line between rape and rough sex. But technically, if you read the book, in Anastasia's thoughts, this is how the chapter is written, in her mind, she's initially resistant to his advances, which he advances without asking for any permission. But then, as he continues to advance, in her mind, she starts to like it. So imagine that. Imagine a woman who at first she doesn't like it, but as the man continues to advance without asking for any permission, tying her arm to the bedpost, this is before they've ever really had sex, I think. In her mind, she eventually starts to like it. So she consents in her mind, but she never verbally consents. So in other words, Christian Grey never got consent from her to fuck her. As from his perspective, as far as Christian Grey was concerned, he raped her. He walked into her home uninvited, sat down on the bed without her permission, began to escalate on her to seduce her physically, tied her fucking arms with a rope around a bedpost, and eventually fucked her, but she never said yes, even though she was initially resistant. So, I'm supposed to believe that Donald Trump is losing tens of thousands of female support. Meanwhile, fucking 80 million copies of 50 Shades of Grey are sold. Listen, if men think with their cocks, then maybe women vote with their fucking vaginas. And you know what? If the fucking 80 million copies of 50 Shades of Grey are any indicator, women are going to put that check mark on Donald Trump because their vaginas are going to say, we need real, confident, assertive men in this country. Not Bernie Sanders faggot-endorsed bitches like Hillary Clinton.
She's playing the women's card. By the way, if she didn't play the women's card, she would have no chance, I mean zero, of winning.
Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.